Hello everyone, very good morning and good evening. Parminder here. Welcome to SAP S for Hana Simple Logistics Training. I hope you all are able to hear me clearly and you can also see my screen. Can you guys please quickly please confirm?
Yes, Parminder, we are good. Thank you.
Okay, sure. So, sorry. I'll quickly cover what we have done in our last session and then we will proceed ahead. So in our last session, we went through the discussion of PPDS overview, where we have basically discussed that how PPDS would be embedded in SAP S/4HANA. First thing, we try to understand what is PPDS, what kind of things it can do. We try to understand what is the constraint planning, capacity constraint planning, and how PPDS would be able to help doing the constraint planning. We also discussed about APO, what are the different components are there available in APO, and what would be going to happen for those APO components when we are going ahead in SAP S/4HANA, which components will go into the which tool that we have discussed. We also discussed that with ECC, if we are having a APO, or with S/4HANA 1511, if we have APO, how we can integrate with the PPDS in the APO with the safe integration, and what are the challenges are there in that safe integration. We also discussed that what PPDS can do. It can do a normal MRP run by checking MRP and generating purchase requisition, STR, and planned order. And on top of that, it can also run multiple different heuristics. We have also discussed that once the PPDS is embedded on S/4HANA, once the architecture has changed, what are the benefits from that architecture change? So that part also we have discussed. We also discussed the clients who are already working in APO and the new clients, what are the opportunities or what kind of things they have. We said that for the clients who are already working with the APO PPDS, they can switch to S/4HANA and integrate with APO PPDS S/4HANA without activating advanced planning in S/4HANA. And in the later sprints, when they decide that they want to get rid of APO, they can one by one they can decide and put the strategy to move those PPDS to S/4HANA. There is no conversion available which can convert your APO PPDS into S/4HANA PPDS. S/4HANA PPDS would be always scratch building. So that's why we said that the target clients are the clients which basically working on S4 ECC, and they don't have a advanced planning tool. They are not using advanced planning tool as of now. So it would be very quick for them to move to S4HANA PPDS with the new embedded architecture. Then we discussed that what kind of functionalities, what kind of different plannings which PPDS would be able to do. Apart from the capacity constraint planning, there are a lot of different heuristics are available. A lot of different features are available where basically PPDS can help to do a better planning. Your setup based planning we discuss in detail, what is that thing, and MRP cannot do the optimization based on the setup times, but we have a PPDS which can do that. Your capacity constraint planning, reserving a capacity, reserving a work center for a customer, that kind of reservation we would be able to do. Interactive planning, simulative planning, your backlog planning, we would be able to do. We would be able to integrate with plant maintenance. We'll be able to do bottom-up planning or shelf life planning. All those things are available in PPDS. Even we would also be able to do the multi-horizon planning. So that function and feature is also available. And then we went into the system. We have seen some of the master data which would be required for PPDS. We have also seen some of the configurations which would be required for PPDS. Now, before we start anything new, I will take a quick pause to check if you guys have any question from the previous sessions. You can ask it now before we proceed ahead. Okay, if we don't have any other question, we will proceed it ahead. I want to start the procurement cycle today. And for the procurement cycle, I have also share with you few videos. One of the videos is just a 30 minutes video where the end-to-end procurement cycle is there that has been shared. and procurement approval process video also has been shared, and output management video has been shared. So those video I have shared, it is available in the cockpit. I hope you have gone through at least the procurement process flow video. Or if you have not gone through, you can go through in the next week, you can take out some time and go through that videos. Procurement approval process, 90% is exactly same as we have discussed in the sales order approval process. Only thing which will change is the object which is going to change. Okay, so now we will start the procurement process. So in procurement process, let me quickly give you a quick overview. Although for detail, you can go through the videos which I shared. So generally, we have a procurement process which can start with purchase requisition. Procurement process. It can start with purchase requisition. From purchase requisition, you can create a purchase order. From purchase order, we would be able to create confirmation, goods receipts. And from here, you would be able to do the invoice. That are the steps. The mandatory steps would be only these three. Even purchase requisition creation is also not mandatory, but we can go ahead and create a purchase requisition. But these are the three mandatory steps: purchase order, good receipt, and invoice. Or we can also do before purchase requisition. In between, we can do the source selection. Before, if the source is not defined, the vendor is not defined, we can do a source selection process, and then we can do from the purchase order process. Or from the source selection process also, if the source is not available, you can go ahead with the RFQ process, request for quotation. Quotation comparison. We can compare the quotations and reward. And with the reward, you can go ahead and create a purchase order. That is another step which we can do it. Source selection, request for quotation, quotation comparison. This process, if you don't have, if you don't have source, or we also call it vendor or business partner, if that is not available for that purchase requisition, you can also do with this left hand side process. Creation of purchase requisition itself, the multiple ways are available. One of the new way in S4 HANA is self-service procurement. Okay. And then we have another things which is available in this process is, apart from the operational process, your vendor evaluation, flexible Fiori workflow, category management, activity management. So these are the ones which we'll be focusing on more in today's and tomorrow's session. So what we'll be doing first, we'll do an end-to-end cycle. We'll do the configuration. Although some of the configuration we have already done, we'll check what are the configuration is missing. We'll do from purchase order to invoice. We'll do the configuration if some configuration is missing. And then we would be going ahead and doing once run in ECC system, not in ECC, your GUI. And then one run we will be do through the Fiori application. And then we'll see this additional functionality including self-service procurement, vendor evaluation, flexible Fiori workflow we have already covered. Category management, activity management will go through it. And we'll also go through the procurement analytical applications. There are a lot of analytical applications are available. That also will have a quick view on that. So this is the end-to-end cycle which we are going to discuss in the system. Before I go ahead and jump into the system, I will take a quick pause to check if you guys have any questions here in the process first. You can ask it before I jump into system. So by the time I'm logging into the system, you can ask question.
Can you tell more about what is self-service procurement? You said about purchase requisition.
Yeah, I will explain a little bit more detail in today's session, self-service procurement.
Parminder, there is no any change in STO process, is it? Intra-company or intercompany?
No, the operational process remains same. There's no change in that.
Okay. And even subcontracting remains same, is it?
Yes. There's one Fiori application which has been added for subcontracting, but that also just to see have an overview on the subcontracting. But again, the goods posting to the vendor and receiving from the vendor is still same kind of transaction we have.
Okay. Yeah, thanks.
Okay, if you don't have further questions, let's go into the system. Let's see. First, we'll be checking our configuration and we'll try to run one cycle with GUI. And then we'll switch into the Fiori, and then I will also explain you the self-service procurement. So I'm logging into system. I'll quickly go through and check for SG02 what we were using, whether for that configurations are there. I remember that we have created an enterprise structure initially, but let's quickly check. Let's check, do we have purchase organization for SG02? Yeah, purchase organization is there. Let's check whether the purchase organization is linked to plant. It is linked to plant SG02. That's also fine. Let me check the invoice text settings, material management. Invoice verification. Incoming invoices. Default text code. Let's see if we have maintained any default text codes for SG02. It's not available. I will have some entries here. So domestic and unplanned delivery cost, I will put 0 tax as a tax exempt. That I will put in both of them. Save it. I'm not sure whether we have linked our accounts, GL accounts with this process. That also we will check it. Okay, so let me do one thing. Let me create a purchase order and we see what kind of errors we receive. Based on the errors, we will do the fixing. So let's first check. We are creating it for standard purchase order and BPO from ME21N. Let's first check, do we have a vendor available? Okay, we have created a vendor 37101. So we'll use this vendor. Purchase org SG02. Purchase group, I will use SG1. Company code SG02. Let's check if we have created any material here. Okay, we have only the FG material. We have not created a RM. So let me create a RM material first, raw material, which will be using it for procurement. So I will go into MM01 and I will quickly create a raw material. SG02 underscore RM1. Industry structure is mechanical engineering. Material type, I will use standard ROH. Raw material. So we'll create a basic data view and then we'll create a purchasing view. What else? We'll create an accounting view. Plant storage one view. So plant SG02. Storage location, let's check what storage locations we have created. SG02 plant. So this is RMSG, raw material storage location. This one we'll use. SG02, raw material one. Basic unit of measure, I will use each. Use material group. I will use some material group. EBG raw materials. Then GR processing time. We'll put it, let's say 1 day. Purchase group also I will put SG1. Storage is fine. Accounting view, it's moving average price, that's fine. I'll put as a $10. Valuation class we need to put. I will put 3000 raw material valuation class. So SG02 RM1 we have created. So same material we'll use it here. SG02 underscore RM1. Plant SG02. Price will use $10. Quantity, let's say 1 piece. Okay, our purchase order looks like it has been created. Let's save the purchase order. 4500622 purchase order has been created. I will go ahead and do the GR for this. Let's see what errors we receive in the GR. Good receipt, purchase order. MB transactions are no more available, so we need to do the GR with Migo only, or Fiori applications are available. All the data is here. I will just say item OK and then check. The first error, we see that the posting is only available in 2006 and 7 period. So we need to open the posting period. Posting period, we open it with MMPV. For our company code SG02, I will open the posting period. I will put current period and fiscal year 2020. Check and close period. This is successfully done. Let's again check it. Story location we need to put. RMSG. Let's again check. Looks like everything is okay. Let's do the posting. Maintain tolerance limit for tolerance key VP. So some of the configuration which we have not done, the system will be throwing error. We'll do the configuration as we see the error. So for tolerance limit, tolerance key VP, we need to define the tolerance limits. Set tolerance limits. This is for invoicing part. So I will use some existing company code SG05, let's say. And VP. So for moving average prices, it wants us to define the tolerance limit. That will do. I will just copy this one. And I will put it for our SG02. And I don't want to check any lower limit or upper limit for the tolerance. Whatever the things comes up, let system do the posting. So that's what things I am maintaining it here. Let's save it. We'll put in our SG02. Request, okay. So that has been created. Again, it shows the same error. So I need to re-enter my Migo. Store location or okay. Check post. Now it shows me the error account determination for SG02 WRX not possible. So we need to make sure that we have determined the account. So when we do the GR postings, we have created accounts, right? Initially in our FI sessions, we discussed that when we will be doing a GR, two accounts would be hitting. One is the inventory account would be hitting. Then second is your GRIR account would be hit. So here we need to maintain the settings for GRIR account. So it is showing us the error that the determination for SG02 WRX is not maintained. So we will go ahead and we will do the OBYC settings to maintain this. So I will go with the configuration path, SPRO, SAP reference IMG, materials management. valuation and account assignment. So account assignment we need to do. Account determination without wizard. Automatic posting. By the time this is opening, I will quickly check the GL accounts which you have created. So let it open. Then we'll also check the GL accounts which we have created from transaction FS00. That what GL accounts we have created. Just so that you have a clarity, let me open the deck which we have created. I think should be part of the basic configurations. So you can see here, here we have discussed how the account posting is going to happen. So when we do the GR, inventory got debited and GRIR account got credited. So this is what the entry number 5 and 6 we need to make sure that is there in the system so that our account get posted. I'll close this. I will go to the account assignments. I will come down. So this is GRIR clearing account which we need to maintain WRX. That is our error. Chart of account, we have created our own SG02 chart of accounts. I will put that. I need to first put the rule. Okay, so we'll put the valuation class. Valuation modifier, I don't need. Let me only put the valuation class. And then let's go to the accounts. Save. Our valuation class was 3000 raw material. So for that valuation class, which account need to be selected, that will be putting it here. So valuation class 3000, let's check our accounts for company code SG02. So we have a GRIR clearing account, which we have already created 1002. So I will select that one and I will save it. So let me try to post it again. Now it has posted the material document number 5000603 has been posted. So our GR has been done. So let's see this document. I will go to the display. This is my document. And here, let's go into the document information, finance documents. 101 goods movement has been done. So let's also check the FI documents. So once this goods movement has been done, I will quickly do the MIRO transaction. And then we'll switch to the Fiori. There we will be seeing that what changes are there. So if you are already aware about the procurement process, this would be looking like a very similar procurement process, which we also do in ECC, and it's also there in S/4HANA. Okay, so that is to make sure that all the configurations are in place. And then we'll see in the Fiori that what are the new applications are there and what are the new ways are there to create a purchase requisitions and to create a purchase order. That will be seeing. Every time between 7 a.m. to 7:15 a.m. some bad job runs that makes system very slow. They are taking a system backup because of that. Between 7 to 7:15 a.m. we always see this slowness. Okay, I will leave the system. We'll check this financial posting document. I will quickly ask if you have any questions here till this point. If you have any question here, you can ask it. Till the purchase order creation and till the GR part, which we have done. So you can see that inventory account and two accounts got posted, inventory account and GRIR account. When we'll do the Miro posting, the accounts which will get hit is your GRIR account will get balanced, and then your vendor accounts will come into the picture.
So, Parminder, during GR, is there any activation like a mandatory check for the single ledger or something like that, which was not there before?
Which check you see it?
I'm not seeing this, but I had heard that there is some financial single ledger or some activation which we may have to do during GR process.
So if you have a parallel accounting principle where you're having a multiple ledgers, okay, generally with the account document posting, yeah, with the doing a MIGO, you need not to do anything. You need to do the configuration in the finance side, so that right now when we have done the posting, we have seen the finance document.
Yeah.
Let me show you. If you go the ledger account, general ledger view. So here you see that which accounts goes posted, right? If there is any another ledgers are also there, that all another ledgers you would be able to see it here, that what are the accounting entries got posted under that. Okay, so you would be able to see it from here. There is no check which is required to be done in the MIGO part as per my best knowledge, because what happened, the MIGO would be done by the guy who would be sitting into your warehouse. Is a very layman guy, right? He would not be having any knowledge on the ledger side. So yes, the parallel ledger is very much possible, which can be done, but we need to set it up from the accounting side automatically. When the accounting entry will get posted, apart from the leading ledger, it will also post to the all the associated parallel ledgers. It will do the account postings.
Okay.
Any other question, guys? Okay, if you don't have any other question, I'm going ahead and we'll do another step, which is Miro. Invoice posting will do. Company code SG02. I put same invoice date. PO number, I will put it in the reference. Here also I will put the PO number. All details came up for the vendor. Okay. I will put amount same as $10. What is the message? Error in account determination table T030 or SG02 VS1. In the chart of accounts you're using, no rule was found for the account key for determining the accounts to be posted. Let's check that. So this is some error related to Texas. Let me again check. Okay, why it is identifying VS1? First case. Okay, let's check. Let me go one step back. Let me quickly check our vendor. In this case, this is our vendor 37101.
I think, do we need to add GL account in OBYC for VSN key or?
So the vendor account, it should pick it up from the reconciliation account from the vendor which we have put it. I think it is due to some taxation. It is taking us to the tax calculation part where for taxes it is not able to determine. For tax condition, it is not able to determine the GL account. That's what I think the error is. Okay, go to first FLVN00 role. Go into edit mode. Okay. The first thing I think is we have not entered the jurisdiction code. Yeah, jurisdiction code is missing. That I will enter it here. And then we'll also see our text procedure. So this I have entered, and then I will also, let me save this. Let's first go to the company code. Okay, reconciliation account is 5,000, which we expect system to get picked from here, the reconciliation account. Let me save this one. By the time it's saving, I will also open text configuration. So I will go into the financial accounting. Within the financial accounting, we'll go to the global settings. And here we'll go into the tax on sales and purchase, basic settings, calculation procedures. First we check country. I think we have a US, right? So which calculation procedure is assigned? Tax USJ is assigned. Tax USJ. So sales tax USA with jurisdiction code. Here it is, VS1 is this one. Account payable sales tax VS1, which system is determining. And for that, it says that it's not able to identify the account. Calculation, tax codes for sales and purchase, US. System is very slow. Even the BP transaction has not saved yet. So we are using this text code I0, and for we are using jurisdiction code, which is for New York NY. So VS1 is 0. Let's check the text account for SG02. So for VS1, there is no GL account because there is no rule specified. And for MW1, we have assigned 6,000. Okay. We check posting, define text accounts. Need to come out from this. This is not saved. This is saved. So we are getting an error for this VS1. Check rules. Chart of account SG02 is not defined. Let me copy it and define SG02. Copy all. And let's check the accounts here. So we have this input text account. So I will use X001 and save it. Okay, now let me try to do again invoice posting. Generally, these things would not be working. With invoice posting, we need to create a fresh PO and do it, but let's check it. Amount 10. Okay, let me simulate it. Okay, now it's working. So GRIR account is going to 1002 and GL account is 5,000. So there was some issue related to the account determination, which was coming to the text codes that we have fixed. And let me click on post. It's still not posting. What message? Okay. Only output tax is allowed for 6,000. Okay, I need to also change the account 6,000. I will change it and I will allow all tax allowed. Okay. This is saved. Let me do the reposting here. No messages, late, post. Okay, finally the invoice document 5600193 has been posted and the general entry has been created. So this is 193 document against the purchase order it has posted. And this is a GL account entry which has hit it. So GRIR account has been reversed and now entry came to your vendor account. 37101 is the vendor. If you will see the general ledger view, you will see here the GL account number in the general ledger view. 5,000 is the reconciliation account, which is there in the vendor master. And the sub ledger account is the vendor account, which you see in the entry view. So this, we have quickly done the system setup and the configuration part. Now I would be jumping into the Fiori and we'll go into the Fiori and we'll see what are the advanced things available in Fiori. But by the time I'm jumping into the Fiori, if you have any questions, you can unmute yourself and ask. Okay, if you don't have any question, we are going ahead in the Fiori and now we'll see what kind of Fiori applications are available and the same cycle, how we can do with using a multiple different Fiori applications. So that we are going to see now. So here, when you will be going within the Fiori, you will be having a multiple groups available for purchasing. So supplier evaluation, you can see classification and segmentation, you can see procurement related activities, you can see supplier master, we have already gone through in our business partner section. And then analytics, a lot of analytical applications are there, which will go in some time. Master data, employee self-service is basically your self-service purchase requisition, that also will go through it. But before that, I want to take you to the simple purchasing activities. Sales. So here we are having purchase order processing. So let's see that purchase order processing. So we have a procurement overview. Procurement overview is again a dashboard which will be available. Where basically we call it as an overview page, where basically you would be able to see multiple things together. So I'm putting a currency here, USD. So here you say that you can monitor your purchase contracts from here. Your purchase requisition created, you can monitor from here. Your supplier performance as of now, there's nothing. You can monitor what are the purchase order items which has been created and overdue. That you can monitor your purchasing spend trends, how you are doing a purchasing spend, that you can control. You can see purchase requisition with items that you can see it from here. So all the things at the high level, you would be able to see from here. Purchase requisition, touch rate, your off contract spends which is without contracts you have done based on the material group, that you will be able to see. So this is the high level view where basically the procurement managers, they would be having an overview that what are the different contracts or what are the different purchase orders which is there in overdue, what is the spend trend is there, and how the different vendors performance is going on. These all link to a separate application. So anywhere you will be linking it, it would be taking you to the another application. So we'll go into the details application by application. So I'm going back. So first thing you are having here is manage purchase order. And then you have here create purchase order. So create purchase order advanced means it's ME21 and transactions. So if I will click it here in create purchase order, it will open in the separate tab. And here you will have the same ME21 and transaction. If you want to experience the new way of creating a purchase order, which would be a little bit limited, it will not have all functionality as ME21N, you can go into the manage purchase order. Manage purchase order, you would be able to see your full reporting of purchase order, and you would also be able to create purchase order from here. You would be able to do the withdrawal from the approval if you want to do it. That option also has been given here. If it is under the approval and you want to take it out from the approval process, you would be able to do it from here. If you want to copy it, that quick copy also you would be able to do it here. If you want to create it, you can go here and create from here. So if I will click it here, go, it will be showing me all the purchase order which is available in the system. I will just see for my purchasing group SG1. Again, as we discussed, we need to go here and we need to save one of the views so that as soon as we comment here, user come here, he would be seeing all this information. So this is one we have created, purchase order SG02, vendor 3710. It was got approved automatically and it has the follow-on documents. So if you want to go ahead into the detail of purchase order, you would be able to go ahead from here. That what was the purchase order which created and all of the data related to that purchase order, you would be able to review from here. This is the purchase order item. You would also be able to see the process flow, how the process has happened. So you have this purchase order document, this is a good receipt document, and this is the invoicing document has been posted. So all the details you would be able to get it from here in the interactive Fiori application, which you would also be able to use in the mobile. So if the prices has been changed manually, you will be having a icon here that this price has been entered manually in this. A manual intervention is there for price. That icon you will also will see here. Again, if you want to go ahead much more detail of the vendor 360 degree, same way we have seen earlier the customer 360 degree, all of the things would be available from here. I'm going back. What we'll do, we'll create it. In here, you are also having an added option. You would also be able to edit the purchase order from here. Change purchase order, you would also be able to do it. So I'm going ahead and now I will create a purchase order from this Fiori application. Okay, first it is asking me supplier. So let me search my SG02 supplier. This is my supplier. So here I need to put a purchasing group first time, but next time if I am using it, system can also take a purchase group from the previous field entry. SG1, I have put it here. Now here at the below, you can go ahead and create the purchase order items. Here one option you have add from document. So if you click from add from document, you would be able to see the different documents available, your contract available, your purchase info records available. So those things would be available, and then you can refer those documents to enter the line items here. That also that option also is available. But there is one big thing you would be seeing here, which I see as a very, very big disadvantage. And because of that, we are not able to use this application as it is. They have not given here to put a document type. So this application is restricted to the default document type NB. Only for NB document types it works. So if you have a multiple document types, so you need to enhance this application to create further application for further document types. Although in purchase requisition they have given, but this purchase order creation, they have limit only with the standard purchase order type. So that is a big disadvantage with that. That's why this application has been given advanced application, so that all another documents type if you want to create it, you can quickly create from here. But this advanced application is limited with NB as of now. So I will put it here, my material SG02 underscore RM SG02 RM1. I can go into this icon and I can go into the details, or I can fill the details here also. Both options are available. So here I can put order quantity, let's say 1, price is 10. So if you create it from ME21N, when you create it second time, system automatically copy from the previous purchase order, whatever the price has been taken, system propose that price. But in this application, if the price is not getting determined from the purchase info record or from the procedure, you need to always put it manually. So I have put it the price, I have put it the quantity. Let me click on apply. Everything is there. Now let me click on order. So you can see 45000623 order has been created. You can copy this one, you can edit this one, or if it is under the approval, you can also do it. So it went into the workflow and it went into the automatically release of purchase order. Directly in this workflow it went, and system had automatically released it. The copy function is also very good. You can copy it from here, or you can copy your purchase order. You can come to the previous screen. Now this new purchase order is available here. You can also click it here and you can click copy here. You can do the copy from here. Okay, copying here will create another purchase order. So the purchase order has been created from here. The next step which we want to do is the GR of the purchase order. So anytime you want to go ahead and see the detail of the purchase order, you would be able to see from this application, full view of the purchase order, creation, copy, and other part also you will be able to do it from here. I will take a quick pause to check if you guys have any question on this application. Before I proceed ahead, you can ask it now. On this application, if you have any question, you can ask it now. Okay, if you don't have any question here, we'll proceed ahead. We have created a purchase order. Now next we'll be going to do the GR of purchase order. So this 623 purchase order we have created. And let's come back. So there's a two ways you can do the GR. So if you go into the monitor purchase order items, let me put my plant SG02 and the currency USD. So this 623 order which we have created, it's available here. So here, when you are monitoring it, you would be able to have full view of your purchase order, that what is their net order value, all the different kind of views and the graphics, you would be able to get it from here. And you would also be able to see that this GR is pending for that. So you can go ahead into the post receipt for purchase order. Now this is the Migo application, but a little bit mobile friendly application. When you will go into the GR of this one, you can put it your story location here. So when you put the story location here, it also shows you a little bit analytics at how much quantity is already available there, how much quantity is in quality or blocked in that story location. So I have entered my story location here, and then I will click on post. So document has been posted. You can quickly go into the document overview. So this document has been posted. You can see that this was a purchase order. This is the material document which has been posted. And if you want to see the accounting document also, you can click it here to see the accounting document. So GR has been done. So we have created a purchase order. We have done the GR also. The next thing we would be doing we would be doing the invoice postings. So let me check from here. Let me check application for supplier invoice. There are also the multiple ways available to create a supplier invoice, multiple applications available. I will show you both. One way I will show you now, another way we'll be seeing when we'll be doing a self-service procurement. Supplier. So one thing we have here is the create supplier invoice advance. Again, create supplier invoice advance is your Miro transaction. So this is your Miro transaction. And then we have a create supplier invoice. This create supplier is the innovated one. Innovated screen, totally different screen will come here, which you can go ahead and put the entries here to do the posting. So my invoice date is today's date. So I will put 08/08/2020. And then reference document, I will put the purchase order. Company code is SG02. It is taking from the last entry company code it is taking. Again, I need to put. Let me put a purchase order here. Let's search the purchase order for company code SG02. This is the purchase order you want to select. Select it. I think first I need to fill this field. Yeah, now it is selecting. 456023 invoicing party also it has selected. This is the line item, amount $10. Here the additional options available. You can also see the purchase order history in the view. You can see that what is the quantity ordered, what is the quantity received, and how much quantity has already invoiced. So that information also they have quickly given here from the purchase order history view. That is the additional thing they have given in this application. So I will put the gross invoice amount as 10. Then let me simulate. Let me first check it. So it's saying that to maintain the tolerance limit, let me first ignore it. Let me simulate it. So it's asking me to maintain the tolerance limit for PP in company code SG02. So let's go and check this setting for the tolerance limit. We'll go into SPRO. SAP reference IMG, materials management, invoice verification. I think should be in the invoice block. Tolerance limits. So it wants us to maintain for PP price variance. I will copy from one of the one SG05. Not there, I will copy from this one to our company code SG02. I do not want to check the values. They are checking the specific values. I want to put no check here, then save it. So this data has been saved. Let me again try to do the check and simulate. It's not taking the entry, so I need to again go back to the application. I need to again go into the create supplier invoice and then put the information here. SG02 is my company code. You also put purchase order here. Seeing that purchase order 623 is already in process by me. So this issue, we get it sometime here. So the entry, although we came out, but the entry is still logged. Sometimes these kind of issues come here with this Fiori application. Although after after a little bit of time, when you will try it again by clearing a cache, system will fix that issue. But sometime you need to go and delete the entry from the backend. So this is the 623 entries, which system is locking. So I will delete this ones. So from SM12, I have deleted a couple of entries. Now let me go and check. So invoice is successfully checked. So this is the one we want to take. Okay, now invoice amount is 10. Let me check it. This looks good. Let me simulate it. Simulation results are also coming. Let me post it. So you can see here the supplier invoice document also it is showing. Your general entries also it is showing with the separate link. You can click on the general entry view. So this general entry view is also simplified, a little bit simplified view, which you would be able to see from here. So the posting items for the text, if anything has been posted, that you will be able to see from here. So these two GL accounts has been posted. If you want to go into the detail of it, you would also be able to go the detail of it. If you want to see the another view, that is the T account view. If you want to see that also, you can in the T accounts, the left hand side and right hand side, we maintain the entries, right? In the classical view of your general ledgers. So that kind of T view also, you can see that what is the left hand side entry and what is the right hand side entry of the GL. So what got debited, what got credited. In the classic GL ledger view also, you would be able to see it. This is table level view, and this is a T section, the book level view. So a lot of simplified screens are there in the procurement side. So that much of simplified screen, you would have seen that we have not seen for the sales side, sales order creations, everything we have done from the VA01 kind of transaction. But here you will see that there can be some limitation and restrictions, but they have come up with the new Fiori screens for almost all kind of transactions in the sourcing and procurement. So we have created, if you want to see the invoice, supplier invoice, we can click it here and see the supplier invoice. This is a view of the supplier invoice, which we have just posted. So guys, we have done one quick cycle in the GUI, and we have also done one quick cycle in Fiori also. So if you have any question on this cycle, you can ask it now. The next thing I will do, I will jump into the self-service purchase requisition. Okay, we'll discuss the self-service purchase, self-service procurement, where we will start this cycle from the purchase requisition side, from creation of the purchase requisition. But before that, if you have any question, you can ask.
So from Fiori, this screen, can we attach invoices like you know that GOS Henrik Object Services? Is it possible from here or?
Yes, it is possible to attach your invoices. They have also given another application where you can go ahead and straight away upload your invoices, which will be going into your GOS service. I will
Okay.
also show you that application. So at least there are three, four different kind of applications are there by which you can maintain your invoices. So we have seen one application. When we will be going into this self-service procurement, I will show you another way of creating a invoice where you would be able to directly upload your invoice document. It will go and save as a draft entry. And from that attachment, somebody would be able to convert into the supplier invoice. Or if you have implemented open text with all the field mappings and everything, it is also possible that with the upload of your invoice, system can also post a draft supplier invoice. Can be automatically posted. That kind of functionalities are also possible.
Okay. Yeah. Thanks.
Any other question, guys? Okay, if you don't have any other question, before I jump into the self-service procurement, or before we discuss about the self-service procurement, I want to quickly show you that if you want to start from the purchase requisition part. So if you want to just start from the purchase requisition part, how we can do it, let's quickly see here. So you can see here, we also have a manage purchase requisitions here. So you can click on the manage purchase requisitions. Okay, and here you will see the all of your purchase requisition, which you can further convert into the purchase order. So that is a second level. But from here, they have not given that you can go ahead and create a purchase requisition. That is not there. So this is just a managed purchase requisition. So if you want to do the purchase requisition processing, there is a separate group available here. So you can see here purchase requisition processing. In the purchase requisition processing, we have a managed purchase requisitions, which is professional view, or display purchase requisition, or create purchase requisition. Create purchase requisition advanced will take you ME51N, and then you can go into this managed purchase requisition professional. Here you would also be having the same way in the managed purchase order. Here you would also be having a create purchase requisition. Okay, so here the create option is available. If you just want to see your purchase requisition, what are the different purchase requisitions are available, you can see from here, and you would also be able to, if you want to copy it, you would be able to copy it from here. If you want to create from scratch, you can also create from scratch from here. So this is, if I click on the create, I come into this purchase requisition section. So purchase requisition, as we know that you can create it manually from here, and it can also be created from the backend from the system with the MRP run. Also, system would be creating a purchase requisitions. So here to create a purchase requisition, here they have given that you can select the document type, that which document type purchase requisition you can create. You can select it from here, and then you can click here and you can say that you want to create a material purchase requisition service or catalog based. Catalog based is basically a part of your self-service purchase requisition, which you are going to discuss in a while from now. Okay, so here I want to create a purchase requisition. So I will change this all data. My plant is SG02. There's no account assignment here. The material we want to put is SG02, same material underscore RM1. And then we need to put how much quantity. Let's say quantity of 1 piece. I want to go ahead. System will take valuation from the material master. So that I have created. I will click on apply. I'm not assigning any source of supply to it. Vendor I'm not assigning. I'm just creating a purchase requisition. And then save it. Where system has taken the purchase organization. Let's check it. The purchase organization has been taken 820. I will change it to SG02. Apply. Now save. So purchase requisition 100473 has been created. Okay, so this purchase requisition has been created. It is auto approved. So this is the purchase requisition which you have created, which is auto approved. 100473. Now the next thing would be to assign a source to this purchase requisition, and then from there creating a purchase order. So that part can be done with another application has been given. So this part can be done by anyone. It's not necessary that the procurement team would be doing a purchase requisition. Purchase requisition is just a requirement which can be created by anyone, which has been done from the managed purchase requisition from here. Okay, now one thing is available is the monitor purchase requisition item is available here. So who has created a purchase requisition, if they want to also monitor, say for our plant SG02, what are the different purchase requisitions are there? with currency USD. All the monitoring we can get it from here. The graphical monitoring, and from here also what are the purchase requisitions, line items, all details you would be able to get it from here. Supplier is assigned or not, what is the valuation price, total value, everything you would be able to get it from here. So this is the monitoring one, but to convert this purchase requisition into the PO and assigning a source, as per SAP, it's a procurement department work, right? So here, then you need to use another application which we have seen, manage purchase requisition. In the manage purchase requisition, let me go to the purchase organization SG02 to identify our purchase. So this one we have created. So system is saying that there is a one source available which we can go ahead and assign it. So you can see the source, whatever the source available, you can see it here. So this source is available 37101. System is saying that you can assign this source. If they are the multiple source, you would be able to select from here that these are the multiple source available. Based on that, you will be able to select. System also shows you this graphical information. So if you will click on the graph, the multiple, right now we don't have a data here, right? So if you will click on the graph here, you would also be able to see. So right now you're saying that we are having a one vendor, and for that the unit price is 10. Okay, and almost zero total spend. It's showing that we have done with that. So if you are having a multiple suppliers here, you would be able to see your price, that how much spend we have done into the different supplier, and at what price the suppliers. And then from this graph also, you would be able to select it. And the supplier score will also be there. So the bubble will show that what is the spend. So this bubble is showing the spend here. Okay. And the bubble is showing the spend here, and the score you would be able to see, and then the price you would be able to see. So based on the spend, based on the price, and based on your score, you would be able to select from the multiple vendors which should be the right vendor to be selected. So here this one has been selected, this source has been selected. Now if I will click it here, now system will say that the purchase order. I would be able to go ahead and create a purchase order from here because source has been assigned. Until unless source has not been assigned, this create purchase order will not come. We can go ahead and create a request for quotation and then identify a source and then create a purchase order from there. Or identify multiple sources here and then assign a source here. So here we have assigned a source. Now we can go ahead and create purchase order. Here they have given an option when you are converting PR to PO, you would be able to select at which document type you want to convert. So I'm selecting document type NB standard, save. So purchase order 450000624 has been created. So in this one, what we have seen, we have created a purchase requisition first, and then we have assigned a source to purchase requisition, and then we have created a purchase order. Further process will same. The GR of the purchase order and then the invoicing of purchase order would be same as we have done, but there is new applications available for purchase requisition, manage purchase requisition, professional and the normal one, and assigning a source and creating a purchase order we have seen from here. I will take a quick pause here to check if you guys have any questions here till this point. You can unmute yourself and ask question if you have any question.
Approval workflow, can you show us?
So Puneet, approval workflow would be exactly same as we discussed for the sales approval workflow. So there we were having a managed sales workflow. Here we would be having a managed purchase requisition workflow and managed PO workflow. So what I have done, because 90% content is same, I have posted a video for you in the cockpit, which is for the a flexible Fiori process workflow for the procurement. Okay, so you can go through that video which is available in the cockpit for the approval workflow for purchase orders or purchase requisitions. Flexible Fiori workflows. Concept is exactly same as we have discussed for the sales.
Okay, thanks.
Any other question, guys? Okay, if you don't have any another question, so now we have discussed the basic flow, the system setting for the procurement. We know it is there in place. We would be quickly discussing now the self-service procurement. Now, in the self-service procurement, what is self-service procurement and what we would be doing in that? Let's discuss that. Self-service procurement. So in self-service procurement, what will happen? You have seen that we have created a purchase requisition. So how do we create a purchase requisition? There are the multiple ways, right? One is your stock items, or majorly your stock items, or majorly you can see your production items. Generally, this one would be created it through your MRP run. Okay, or some stock items, you would also be creating a purchase requisition on ad hoc basis if it is required. You would be creating a purchase requisition manually. Now, when you create a purchase requisition manually, your transaction, let's say, if you see a ME51N transaction, this ME51N transaction is quite complicated because when you want to create a purchase requisition, this purchase requisition manually is kind of a requirement of a material. Now, this stock item or your production item is okay. The MRP can generate, but there's a huge amount of items which are industry or which within a business you will be requiring it, and you would not be having a single person who will be creating a requirement. Each department would be having their own requirements. So there would be admin department, HR department, spares departments, different manufacturing units and different manufacturing departments. They would be having your quality department. They would be having a lot of materials requirement, which is not your production item or which is not your part of bill of material. Okay, it is kind of an ad hoc materials required or your non-production items. What kind of items? Basically your stationary items, some kind of spares or some tools used in production, some non-production items, oils, clothes, mask, earplugs, shoes, those all are non-production items. So generally we don't maintain a stock for it. And we don't have a MRP run for them, all of those materials, because whenever we require it, somebody would be creating an indent. In business language, we call it indent for material requirement. So that indent would be going ahead for approval. So once this indent has been gone for approval, it will go into the procurement department. And then procurement department will further process it. Now this indent in SAP language is nothing but your purchase requisition. Now the problem with this purchase requisition is our ME51N transaction is almost similar than ME21N transaction with so many fields. And many times what happens that indent would be first prepared or created by a layman's who are working on the shop floors. They require some materials. Okay, some maintenance engineer or maintenance supervisor, they want some of the tools. So they will be creating an indent. So because this transaction is too complex for them, what generally business do that business do a offline process where they have a indent forms. People fill up the indent forms at what they require it. Their department head would be signing into it and verifying, okay, this is the right requirement. And then it will go into the purchasing department. Now, if you want to automate this process, your ME51 transaction is quite clumsy and quite difficult. So SAP came up with, to simplify this process, specifically will be used for NPIs. They come up with the process called self-service procurement. In self-service procurement, there would be a very simple screen with very few fields option. Now this end user guy, he would not be bothered. He would not be knowing that what is the purchase group I need to use it. What is the purchase organization I would be using it? What is the account assignment category which I should use? What is the GL account which I should use? So that kind of things he would not be knowing. So he should not worry about. What he should worry about, what is required, what date, and what quantity. That much he should be worried about when he is creating a indent. Then that indent can go ahead with the further approvals, and then it can go to the procurement department from where it can convert it into the purchase order. So that is a requirement. So basically self-service procurement is nothing but simplifying your creation of purchase requisition. Now, when they are simplifying, they have not only the simplifying the screen, they have also added a capability that the self-service procurement can be linked with the catalog. This can be the external catalogs. Okay. And it can have the pictures, it can have prices, it can have a material description, or it can also link with your Ariba catalogs. In Ariba, you have a vendors, they are maintaining a catalog. So you can get the catalogs here with the pictures and the product descriptions. And from there, they would be having a, not exactly, but little bit same kind of experience, which they get it if they buy from a Flipkart or they buy from the Amazon. They basically select the items, view the items, and then they put it into the cart. And then from the cart, they place the order. So same kind of functionality they have given in self-service procurement, that either you have loaded the catalog into your system and you are having a daily run to transfer the information from the vendor side to your system and you're loading a catalogs. So what kind of vendors can be, let's say you are having a big vendor, your office supplies, there is a huge amount of office supplies you require on a daily basis. You require a printers, you require ink for the printers, cartridge for the printers, A4 papers you require a lot of stationery items. Okay, so for that you find it a vendor who has his own catalog which is maintaining it. So that catalog, either connecting it through Ariba or directly loading into the system, you can bring that catalog into the S/4HANA system, and then user would be having a view that the same way you have a picture on the left hand side and the price and description on the right hand side in any e-commerce site, same kind of e-commerce view they would be having it from the S/4HANA, and they would be able to select the materials from there, and they would be able to create their requirement, or they would be able to create their indent by using those catalogs. So you can have a one catalog, or you have a 20 different supplier for the generic material supplies. You can use a 20 different catalogs, upload it into your data, and then select your materials from there to create a purchase requisition, to have a further simplified view for your end users to create a requisitions and the requirements. So that is basically your self-service procurement. Self-service procurement, our recommendation is we should use it for the non-production items. Production items which is linked with the BOM and requirements should go ahead with the MRP run and then created a purchase requisition from that. And the self-service procurement, whenever it is created, it should also attach with the approval process. The purchase requisition which MRP generates, you can avoid the approvals, but this is the manual selected, a lot of manual intervention is there. So there should be a manual approval in between for the self-service procurement. So now we'll go into the system and we'll see that how to create a self-service procurement. Although in our system, we are not connected with any of the catalogs because it's just a test system. So I will be just showing you a normal scenario, but it is very much possible that you can get connected with the, you can get load your catalogs, your basis team can load the catalogs, and then you would be able to select your materials based on the catalogs in self-service procurement. I will take a quick pause here to check if you guys have any question here. You can ask it now before we proceed further.
So catalog, right? External and Ariba. Are you talking about APC catalog here, or is it something different for external and Ariba?
What you said, ACP?
APC catalog.
What is full form of APC?
We will enable it for Ariba punch out.
APC, okay. I'm not aware of that APC terminology, but whatever the catalog we are talking about, so catalog has its own versions, right? OCM, online catalog management versions. So if your catalog, whatever the catalog you're using, it's compatible with OCM 4.0 and above. Those catalog you will be able to get integrated with S/4HANA system. If you have already Ariba, you can do the smart buying from Ariba, or the Ariba catalogs also you can integrate in the self-service procurement. But if you have Ariba, we recommend to do the smart buying for the non-production items directly from Ariba.
Okay, basically catalog is used in plant maintenance for plant maintenance orders when they derive. They do an internal catalog buying, so those orders will be done through APC. So that's what I was referring to. And again, APC will refer to Ariba catalogs where it can go into depth like screw level, whatever their requirements, buyer catalog, something like that.
Yes. Those kind of catalogs can be integrated here. But our recommendation, if you are already using Ariba for that purpose, you can go ahead using Ariba. You can create your purchase requisition, identify a source, and source or identified purchase requisition. Once it is created, you can bring it into your S/4HANA system as a purchase requisition, or you can also bring it into your S/4HANA system as a purchase order.
Another one question. The MRP output is linked to Ariba or still it is for non-indirect material?
MRP output is very straight that it will create a purchase requisition. Now, when the purchase requisition is created, you need to set it up your integration with Ariba, which is not talking about what MRP does, which would be checking, let's say, if in your design, if you say that whatever the purchase requisitions, which already have a source, that will go ahead into the purchase order conversion in your S/4HANA system. Then we say that whatever the purchase requisition where the source has not been identified. So non-identified source purchase requisition, you can integrate, you can interface it with Ariba. You can take it in Ariba and you can identify the source in Ariba, and then you can send it back to your S/4HANA system with source assigned, or you can also do one step further. You can create a purchase order for them, and you can send a purchase order to S/4HANA system.
As per HANA output, direct material, indirect material, both can be purchased through Ariba, right?
Yes, both can be purchased through Ariba. Any other question, guys? Okay, if you don't have any other question, I will quickly show you the self-service procurement part and how it is going to happen. Let's go into the system. We have a separate node for that. Okay, so let's see. Let me go back here. So here we'll be having employee. Let me check it from here. Employee self-service would be there. This is employee self-services. So there we'll be having a set of applications which can be used by the department people to raise a purchase requisition. So once you click on the create purchase requisition, the screen would be a little different. Okay, here you will have a create own item. Here it shows a no data in this field. Here actually you would be having a different catalogs available if the catalogs has been uploaded and assigned to user. Multiple catalogs you would be able to see from here, and then you would be able to go ahead and see the detailed data from the catalog here. Now what I'm doing, I'm going, first thing you need to do when you come into this, there is some settings which you need to do for this application, which is called default setting for user. Now here, what you need to do, that can also be done. There is a separate application for default setting for user. It's a separate app. There basically you can put all this setting for the user in an Excel sheet and you can directly upload into the system. So what we are doing it here, when the outcome of this is a purchase requisition. So when system need to create a purchase requisition, it will be still required all of the details. The account assignment category, if it is a non-production items, will be buying it in against some of the GL account. So GL account, account assignment category, what should be your purchasing document type, purchase organization, those all details are still required. Now, if the all detail is still required, then to simplify for the user, what SAP has given, they have given for each user you can maintain what should be the default entries, so that user will just go there. He will put what material he require, how much quantity, what is the expected price. That much detail he will put, and he will create his requirement. So rest of the details can come from here, from the default parameters. So I'll put default parameters here for us as SG02 is our plant. Company code is also SG02. You can also put a storage location. You can put a currency. Currency we deal in USD. If that guy would be buying it specifically, you can also put a default group here. Let's say he's buying office supplies, office stationaries. So I have put it the material group office, purchasing group SG1. Source determination is required or not required. That tick also you can check it for the user. Which purchase document type would be used to create purchase requisition? We can put it here. What should be the purchase organization? That also you can put it here. For non-production items, if it is bought again directly for that department, and it need to go into that department cost center or WBS element if it is a project-based buying. So you can give everything here. If it is bought for some asset number, your sales order number, network number, your WBS element number or cost center number, if it need to be directly consumed against them, that you can put it here. So we'll do the account assignment category K because it will be a text item. And then I would put a GL account, that what GL account system should put a entry to. So in SG02, let's see what GL accounts we have. So we have inventory, GRIR, cost of goods sold, revenue, input output rebate. I have here admin expenses. In SG02, which we have created. Let me select this admin expense 60003, but I will also check my account. What is this 60003 account? Admin expenses. This should be expense account. Let me see if there is no posting system would allow me to change. And field status group also should be all fields optional. Okay, so we'll use the 6003 account so that whatever the buying has been done by a particular user under this admin department, that would be going into their GL accounts. It will be heading to their GL accounts. This is assigned catalogs. So you can have a multiple catalogs available. All list of catalogs will appear here. Out of those catalogs, what catalogs you need to give it to, your vendors or your people, what kind of catalogs they should have access to that you can control from here. You can assign a specific catalogs to them, which would be available when they will go ahead and create a purchase requisition. Only specific catalogs would be available, which has been assigned to them. That can also be controlled. So I will click here on save. Now I will go ahead into, you can see here the icon, cart. So I will click on the create on item and I would be going. So we don't have a catalog, otherwise you can select from catalog. We will be creating our own material. Just give me a minute, guys. Just give me a minute. Yeah. So here, user can go ahead and put the material also if you know the material. And if he doesn't know the material, he can just put the show text. Let's say you want a HP. Color printer. That's what he want. If you know any supplier who is supplying it, and if he also knows standard materials number for that, a model number for that, he can put it here. and he's expecting that this would be around $500 US. You can put it here, $500 US. And quantity requested is 1. You can put 1 each. Price is for 1 each, $500 US. You can put a delivery date. Delivery is expected by, let's say, 27th. If source of supply is known, we can click it here on source of supply, and source of supply can be added here. If you have some attachments, you can put attachments here. Say any attachments if he has for which is describe his requirement more specifiedly, he can put the attachments here. And if you want to put some link, he can also put some link. If he has seen that product into Amazon or some places he has seen that product, he can put a URL of this of that product here, so that when it will go to the procurement department, they would be able to see what exactly is required. So the links can also be put it here. He can put specific notes here. Scanner should also be available. Okay, so only this information he is putting, and he will go ahead and click on add to cart. So item has been added to cart. So same way he can put the multiple items here, and he can just put it to add cart. These items would be keep on adding it to his cart. If he wants to view his cart, he can view the cart from here. Okay, by chance if he came out from his application, he came out completely, or his system got shut down and he just restarted it, anything happened, I just came out from here, and we go ahead again here, create purchase requisition, system will be storing our information. System is saying that a draft cart is already available. Do you want to go with that? If I say continue, you can see here in my cart, the material which I have entered is still available. I can click here on order. When you click order here, don't get confused that it will create a purchase order. No, it doesn't create a purchase order. It would be creating a purchase requisition, not a purchase order. So you can click on order. So you can see the purchase requisition 1000474 has been created. You can click on this purchase requisition to check what has been created. So this item, HP color printer with 1001, $500 US, this has been created. This is requisition item. You can edit, approve, multiple places you can go from here. Let me go back. So from where system has taken all the data, from the default parameter, system has taken all of the data. Then user can go into the my purchase requisition to identify what purchase requisition has been created by him. He would be able to monitor. So this is automatically approved. You can see the status as approved. The one item is created. There is no follow-on document. If any follow-on document is there, let's say for this one, there is a follow-on documents. If you click it here and you click it here, it will be showing all of the follow-on documents which has been created. Your purchase requisition, purchase order, GR documents, invoicing, all the flow you would be able to see from here. So you can also, user would also be able to go from here and do the confirm. Confirm means receipt. Receipt also you can do it from here. Okay, but right now this purchase requisition first need to be converted into the purchase order. Then the confirmation will come into the picture. So the conversion into the purchase order is same. It will be done by the procurement department, not by the user. So procurement department will go through their application, which we have already seen. Let me again quickly go to that. In purchase order processing, manage purchase acquisitions. So this 474 HP color printer is there. Okay, there's no source to it. You can click on edit and you can mention the supplier here. Or you can go ahead with the RFQ creation and you can create a RFQ to identify the supplier. I'm just selecting the same supplier here. Quantity 1 each. Okay. So supplier has been assigned here. Then I can go here and create a purchase order. Let me refresh it. Purchase organization SG02. So you can see that once the supplier has been assigned, you would be able to go ahead and create a purchase order from here. Standard purchase order. Save. So you can see the purchase order with 625 number has been created. If you want to see the purchase order, you would be able to see the purchase order from here. So you can see the approval status. The approval status is approved automatically. So the purchase order has been created. I will take a quick pause here to check if you have any question till this point. Rajesh, do you have any question? I saw your hand was raised.
So we can assign those user access, like user settings, to group of users, right? Which we
Yeah,
defined initially.
so not the group of users. So what they have given a very simple Excel template. There's this the one which we have opened from the application. There's a separate application also for default user settings for self-service procurement. In that Excel sheet is there. You can mention all the users and the parameters and upload into the system in a single shot. It is not controlled through the our PFCG roles and authorizations. Little different concept. Any other question, guys? Okay, if you don't have any other question, let's proceed ahead. So we have created the order. Order has been created, 625 order. Now, once the order is created, I will go back to the self-service procurement group, and there you will see that user would be able to see the from the detail of its purchase acquisition. You would be able to monitor and see that what is the status and whether he can confirm them. So I will again go to the employee self-service. Under the employee self-service, my purchase acquisitions, 474 is there. Now you can see for this one also, a PO has been created. You would be able to see here. This is the purchase document which has been created. You can also click it on here and click on confirm. Here he is saying that whether he has received it. So if he has received it, he can click on this one and he can confirm. That is basically account determination for entry SG02 WRX not possible confirmation creation field. Account, you should not determine the account because we put it the account assignment category as K. Okay, let's go and see the purchase requisition and purchase order which has been created. Yeah, GL account is already there. Let me check the PO which has been created. Let's come back. I think account assignment category K has not been taken, or we have missed to put it into the default settings. Let me quickly check this order in GUI. Account assignment is K. GL account is also there. Let me try to do the Migo for this from here. Receipt, purchase order. Cost center is not mandatory because we have not linked the CO. So cost center would not be mandatory for this. Okay, I got it. I got it why this error is there. Because we have put it for one when we did the account determination, we have put it for the material valuation class, right? For 3000, but for another valuation class, there is nothing. So if the valuation class it is not getting from material group, then from the material, what should be the account determination? That's why it is not able to determine. So what I will do, I will quickly change that setting. Valuation and account assignment, account determination, without wizard, automatic posting, account assignments, WRX, SG02. So without valuation also, I'm saving this. So let me check now. So this is my purchase requisition. Let me confirm it. Delivered one. Confirm. Okay, I have also opened it in another session in Migo. I need to close from here. So this has been confirmed. Your document has been generated now. Okay, so you can come back, and from here you can see that whatever the follow-on documents has been generated. So after purchase order, so GR document has also been generated. So GR posted has happened. So once the GR is posted, what user would be actually will be doing for this purchase requisition they have done, they are even now not bothered what purchase order is. Their monitoring would be against this purchase requisition only. So what they can do is, once they receive the material, they would also be receiving it with the invoice. So they can go here and they can upload the supplier invoice. Okay, so that they said that, okay, I have done the GR and I have uploaded the invoice. That invoice would be available as a draft line item, so that the people who is responsible for invoice, they would see it and they would be able to load it. They would be able to create it. So you can click it here on add to upload invoice. Company code SG02, you want to upload it. And he will be attaching a PDF. I will just put something like supplier invoices, or let's say I just put it this file SG02 mat9. And this is going to your GOS structure. Okay. And I'm creating upload. So the invoice has been uploaded. So you will see here that this is the line item which has been created, where the invoice has been uploaded. So once they receive the material, they have also received the invoice, they scanned the invoice and they have uploaded into the system. Now from their uploaded invoice, it would be the specific department responsibility that they punch in the invoice for this upload. So that would be available. There is a invoice list application has been given. From the invoice list application, you would be able to go ahead and create the invoice document. I will just show you that application, otherwise creation of invoice is same. So supplier invoices list, this is the one. I will put my company code SG02. Go. So whatever the invoices has been posted, or whatever the invoices in draft, you will see here. So there is a draft line item. If I click on this one, I would be able to see this attachment. And by seeing this attachment, there is the responsibility of the person that by seeing this attachment that this invoice is there, you should be punching it. You should be punch this invoice document with the invoice date, price, and everything. You should get it punched. Okay, invoice punching would be same, and once the invoice get posted, the same way your accounting document will get posted. So this is basically your self-service procurement. If you have any question, you can ask it now before we close today's session.
So tomorrow is going to be the last session?
Tomorrow is, yes, tomorrow is going to be the last session. Tomorrow we will be covering the in vendor evolution. We have a questionnaire based evolution. We have a category management, and we have an activity management. That are the new things in S/4HANA. That would be covering in tomorrow's session. After tomorrow's session, we'll have one more session, that is the on-demand session. So if you guys post your question and queries, there's 3 videos I have posted for sourcing and procurement, output management, workflow, and one very basic video. One more video I will be posting is for the sourcing logic. There is some change in sourcing logic. That one more video I will post. So based on those videos, if you have any questions, we'll set up one more session to clarify your further questions.
I think it's good to give some good break in between so that poor guys like me who missed a lot of stuff can also.
Yeah, that's also good. The people who has missed the sessions in between, you can go through these sessions. Maybe we can take a break of 1 month or 15 days or 20 days. You can go through the sessions. You can collect your questions, and then we can schedule a session. Based on your response, we'll be scheduling a session to answer your queries.
The system access will be remain or after that?
System access is limited. It would be for 2 months only. So that is the limited access only. So if you have got activated, you would be having the access. If you have not got activated, you can get it activated and get it. If you have only got for 1 month, 1 month is pending, you can also do that. Second month you can start.
Any tips around certification, Parminder? Like if you have any questions or tips around certification?
Yeah, for certifications, basically one thing is that you can go through our tool for certification preparation. That is sap.thinkexam.com. You can experience the certification from there. And second tip for certification would be to go and whatever the books are there, just give a one read to the books at least. One quick read to the books you can give it. That would be, you know, a lot of questions would directly come from books, so that would be good. Third thing would be, if you are planning for certification, don't delay it. Don't think that you will prepare first and then book certification. Just book certification from 15 days from now or 30 days from now, and the preparation will happen automatically according to that.
Thank you.
Yeah.
And the sales upskilling, the production part and this are not that important, right?
Production and procurement part is not important for sales upskilling.
Thank you.
Any other question, guys?
So we'll cover supply evaluation tomorrow, right? That's what you said.
Yeah, supply evaluation, tasks and activities, and category management. 3 topics we'll be doing tomorrow.
Okay.
Okay, guys. So Puneet would be staying. I need to discuss something with Puneet. So if you don't, guys, if you guys don't have any another question, you can drop from the call, and I will continue with my discussion with Puneet.
Thank you. Thank you.
Thank you everyone for joining. I will catch again tomorrow. Thank you. Bye bye for now.
Thanks. Bye.
Thank you. Bye.